This is Lexi, all things considered, and we're rating Madea movies. So now this movie was the first Madea movie I ever watched. It's also the first Madea movie made by Tyler Perry. When I was young, I really didn't understand marital disputes, physical abuse, and verbal abuse, but this movie helped me understand. It was very disturbing watching the husband, I'm not even going to say his name because he was that despicable, drag Helen out of the house that was partly hers. It was also disturbing seeing Helen torture and verbally abuse the man later on in the movie. It was hard seeing her turn that dark because she was a good person. Luckily, she fell in love with a nice man who loved her and would never treat her wrong. I give this movie a 7 out of 10. So, yeah. Now the next movie. Now this movie sure had an ensemble cast. Considering its title, I'm not surprised. This movie followed the love lives of Lisa and Vanessa, as Lisa was about to get married and Vanessa was being pursued by a new man. Everything seemed like sunshine and roses until we figure out that Lisa is being abused by her fiancé, who doesn't even really love her. We also get some backstory into why Lisa and Vanessa's mom, Victoria, hates Vanessa so much, and vice versa. Victoria always felt Lisa was prettier than Vanessa, and she did something horrible when they were younger. She let Lisa's dad rape Vanessa so he would stay, causing mental and emotional scarring for Vanessa. Luckily, Vanessa finally lets down her shield and marries the new man, and Lisa gets out of the abusive relationship. I give this movie an 8 out of 10. Okay, in this movie, Madea ends up in jail, but that's just the side plot line in the story. The movie mainly focuses on the main character, Joshua, and his relationship with an old friend, Candace. He finds her after years of no contact and realizes that she is now a sex worker. He tries to help her, to which she pushes him away, and almost every time. His wife isn't too happy with him trying to help this woman and tries to get him to get rid of her. As we get deep in the movie, we soon uncover the backstory behind Joshua and Candace and why she has so much animosity towards him. It turns out that in college, he left her alone with some of his friends and they raped her. This causes her to go down the wrong path. Sooner or later, he confesses his love for her and apologizes, and they end up together. I give this movie a 6 out of 10. Okay, now, this movie tried to do what Madea's family reunion did, but just not as good. The story follows the grandmother of the family, Shirley, as she learns that she is terminally ill. She wants to tell her family, but knows that they all have issues with each other. She asks Madea to gather everyone together and tell them to come to a dinner at Shirley's house to give them the news. When they do show up, antics unfold and secrets come out that were supposed to stay secrets. After Shirley's two daughters, Kimberly and Tammy, argue back and forth like they usually do, it comes out that Shirley's only son, Byron, is actually Kimberly's son, but she gave him to her mom to raise because she was too young. This causes Byron to storm out, confused and hurt. Later on in the movie, all the children and grandchildren, except Kimberly, stay by Shirley's bedside as she passes away, and they say their goodbyes. Kimberly cries in anguish as she's too late. At the end, the family comes together, working to reconcile their differences. I give this movie a 7 out of 10. Okay, thank you for listening to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. That was me rating the Madea movies. Some of them, not all of them. So, thank you for listening. Like and subscribe, comment, tune in for the next video. Thank you for stopping by.